Okay, Nabare is going to be out. Questionable will be Jair, AJ, Isaiah, McDuffie, and Whelan.
We were hopeful that Job would do something today. When he talked to us yesterday, did he get out there and do anything?
He did not.
Was that something bad happened there, or was it just kind
No,
of...
it just is where he's at right now, and hopefully he'll be ready to go.
Do you want to open up a roster spot with Kingsley at all to get an extra body for the weekend? Or?
We could potentially do that, but I think with the elevations and whatnot that we could bring up, I think we'll be in good shape.
Anders get maybe some reps punting. I saw him punting before practice. Would he obviously be the emergency guy?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay. What happened with Whelan?
Just he's sick. I think he's going to be all right, though.
I'm old, so my memory isn't super sharp at times, but...
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure you checked it. But you were under center a lot against Dallas. I'm not sure if that's been the way it's been throughout the year, or if it's just been a kind of progression to that, but I guess, first of all, has that been a season-long thing, or just something you've kind of moved into here as the season's progressed?
Every game's different. I honestly, when we game plan, sometimes it's you pay a little bit more attention to it than others in terms of just based on if there's teams have gun checks or whatever they may have. Other times that's just how the plays that drop the best. So, and then you if you do it one way in the run game or in the pass game, you'd like to marry the opposite with that.
The way Jones is going, kind of help create more situations to stay under center?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, he's doing a great job.
And even if it's game plan specific, when you do that, when you don't, generally speaking, would you prefer to be under center more? Because
Where's all these under center questions coming from? It just depends. It totally depends. It depends on who we're playing. I honestly don't. I mean, obviously, put a lot of thought into it when we're generating the game plan. But I think you guys are making a big deal out of nothing, quite frankly. But maybe not.
Game plans aside, Jordan said yesterday he thought that the Dallas game, all three phases, the whole team was the best game that the team had played this season. Do you think this team still has a better game out there?
We're going to need a better game for sure. Absolutely. I think you can always get better, right? I mean, that's our mindset. There's always something that you can improve upon. And so, we're going to go against a great opponent, and we're going to need to be at our best.
Matt, it looks like Greenlaw is pretty healthy based on what they're saying out in San Francisco. So those two get Warner, Greenlaw, that front seven. How tough is it to go side to side on those guys?
Just depends what you got called, the angles that you can create in the run game, and what coverage they have. So it's all dependent upon that. But yeah, their team speed's real. That's why you got to do a great job at the point of attack. Coming off the ball is going to be imperative, and that's what they thrive on, is their ability to cause disruption with their D line's ability to get off on the snap count.
How do they use Orange?
Combat that.
Excuse me?
You mentioned angles. How do angles?
Well, it just depends what you got dialed up, what formation you're in. Are you in a bunch, 3x1, 2x2, and where are your targets? And if you can create angles in the run game, that's usually beneficial to the offense.
How do they use Oren Burks? Is that mostly for the run game, or is he involved in the pass game? And what have you seen from
He's a
him?
linebacker. He's a starting base linebacker, so they use him in both. I mean, you got to be able to do everything. He does a great job for them. I think he fits what they do defensively. He's got great speed. We always knew that. He's a really good tackler. I think he's done a really good job. They play him, when you get in some slot formations, he'll play out in space over top the receiver, dependent upon their coverage structure. But I think OB's done a heck of a job for him. I've been impressed.
Matt, we've seen how Jordan's performance has evolved the course of the season. How has his leadership, maybe style, evolved, right? I mean, he hadn't really been in a leadership position before, and how have you seen that kind of develop in terms of both being vocal and maybe staying the same too?
Yeah, I think it's been pretty consistent. I mean, he's true to who he is. He's not trying to be somebody he's not. I think he's a genuine person. I think that's easy to follow. You guys have been around him, and I think you all feel the same way I feel about him. He's a great person, first and foremost. He's a guy that's absolutely committed to this team, puts everything he has into this thing, and so I think it's just kind of developed organically, I would say. But I've been super impressed. The more he's out in front, the more comfortable he's gotten, and I think he does a great job, not only leading the offense, but as a leader of this football team.
Now, we asked you a bunch of questions about Tom Clements a couple weeks ago. I'm just curious, you probably don't even talk to him if Aaron doesn't push for him. Is that fair to say?
I would say, yeah, that's probably accurate.
All right,
I'm glad he did push for him.
Right, and so have you been, I don't want to say surprised, because we know he's a good coach, but the impact that he's had on Jordan when it was really, Aaron wanting his guy back, how great has that been to see how much of a difference he's made with your young quarterback?
Yeah, I would say he's been great for all of us. He's been great for me, the rest of our offensive staff, our whole staff, our football team. Tom is as consistent as anybody is in this business. He's always going to be even keel, and I think that's one of his best qualities. And he's brought so much to the table. I mean, he's forgotten more football than I know, and you guys know he's super intelligent, and he has a way of being able to develop people and quarterbacks. He does a great job with that. I can't tell you how lucky we are to have him, and hopefully he wants to stick around here for a long time.
You have to get ready for Monday night football and Thursday night football and Thanksgiving morning and all that. Saturday's rare. How's the week gone for you?
I think it's been great. Honestly, it feels like Friday right now. So I think once you get past it, I think it affects the coaches a little bit more than the players. Maybe not in terms of their recovery. Obviously, is a little bit different. But once you get into your routine, I mean, Tuesday felt like Wednesday. Wednesday felt like Thursday. Thursday feels like Friday. Tomorrow will feel like Saturday, and then we go kick off. So, but once you get in that flow of the install, the practice, it's just that first day is kind of a little bit weird, and you kind of get condensed for time. So you got to be very decisive in the decisions that you make, and just keep it moving.
Hey Matt, I know you said this the other day about being ready for San Francisco. They're super physical, all that stuff. How do you get your guys to understand that? Because we've talked about experience a lot. They may not have experienced a team quite like this. So what has that process been like this week to try and get them to understand just what that's going to be like against this group?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we all watch the tape, and you can see it. It shows on tape. Their play style definitely shows up. But, I've been impressed with our group in terms of we've had 20 games or whatever it's been now to get prepared for this moment. And I love the approach of the guys, and we're just going to have to, go out there and play without any hesitation. That's the best way I can put it.